Welcome to this episode of Sridhar on Selling. What is that one thing that stays with you right through your career in selling? From the day you pick up your bag to the day you hang your boots, there's one thing that's a part of your life. What is it? It's the target. Are targets important? Of course they are. It's important for everybody in life. You have to aim at something. It becomes very relevant for salespeople. How do you look at which way the company will go? It helps people across all functions to organize themselves towards one goal. If targets were not there, selling would not be proactive. The excitement in this career being proactive. Then what is the problem that people have with targets? Whenever salespeople sit together, they discuss their targets. They consider it a big load on their head. The problem is not the target. The problem is where the targets are set, the way people react to those. Let me explain. Very often, the targets flow from top to bottom. So you feel it's thrust upon you. If it flows from bottom to top, the sales rep decides how much he could sell comfortably and how much he could sell with a push. He owns the target. The other thing that happens is very often targets are set flat across the group. 20% growth for everybody. Possible. Some markets could grow at 12%, some could go at 18%, some could go at 40%. So when the targets are being set, you have to look at the size of the market, season, the cultural background of the market, the maturity of the product, and the capabilities and limitations of the salesperson. This should make targets realistic, achievable, and also ambitious. When you have these three, people strive and try to achieve their targets. I should very safely say that 90 to 95% targets are never achieved. Nobody bothers. Month after month, after year after year after year, people don't achieve the targets and life goes on. This is because targets are not set properly. Targets are not set keeping in mind the factors I mentioned and transferring the ownership of the target to the person who has to achieve it. He has to become part of the system. We all know about SMART targets, but I would really think that targets must be really achievable and must be ambitious at the same time, as I mentioned slightly before. Real issue is when do you monitor? Very often sales targets are only discussed quarterly meets or monthly meets. Why can't targets be on a daily basis? Let me talk about another interesting aspect of targets. So you have 12 monthly targets which become annual targets. 3 monthly targets become quarterly targets. How many weeks are there in a month? 4. So 12 months would make 48 weeks. How many weeks are there in a year? 52. So what happens to the other 4 weeks? So if you actually look at 4 weeks per month, you will have additional months, 13 months. Give it a thought, weekly targets, and if possible, break it down to daily targets and look at incremental growth. When incremental growths happen and they get compounded, you can achieve any target and beat any target. Targets and performances is very often reviewed on a periodic basis. That's fine. But what are the course corrections? If at the end of 2 months, you find that the quarterly target, product-wise, is not skewed properly, you can take course correction. Because on this basis, production will be planned. On this basis, finance will do its cash flow. So it's very important to make course correction at these periodic reviews. In the final analysis, target is just not a number. It's a tool to boost your confidence, to give you a sense of conquering something. Look at it as a goal that is to be achieved and gives you satisfaction. Live life happily, achieve your targets.